What's going on today, YouTube? Rob here. In today's video, we're opening up the brand new Tactical Masters booster box in hopes of pulling a collector's rare. We're also hoping to pull a lot of the brand new Runic cards, which is a deck that I think has been getting a lot of hype and seems to be somewhat of a fan favorite moving forward. And if we also do manage to pull a lot of the newer Valance cards, that'd be awesome as well, as those are the two decks I'm more interested in building out of this set. If you guys do want to see that, be sure to let me know down in the comments. And before we get started, be sure to like the video, comment on what you might want to see next, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel for more fun Yu-Gi-Oh videos. And without wasting any more of your time, let's get into it.
Alright guys, let's get into this Tactical Masters booster box. The set is actually pretty cool and does introduce some pretty neat new archetypes. So hopefully we do manage to pull enough cards to build some of those decks. And this also has, instead of a Starlight Rare in this set, we have a Collector's Rare. I don't remember what the Collector's Rare cards are, but let's see if we can pull one on this opening. And that'd be great if we could. If not, that's okay as well. Then let's just hope that we pull enough cards for one of the new archetype decks. See what happens starting things off. We have Bear Blocker, a compulsory evacuation device, Valance Buster Baron, which is pretty neat, Labyrinth Stovey Troby, another Valance, this time Dominator Duke, Senate Switch, and Cosmic Cyclone. That's a neat reprint as well. We've got Nizuki, the Valance Ninja, which is pretty cool. Friend Griefing, or Fiend Griefing rather. Valance World Shinra Banshou, which is pretty neat. Malice Lady of Lament, Scapegoat, that's neat. Reckless Greed, and Labyrinth. Chandelier. Chandelier. I've got Quick Booster, that's neat. Pendulum Fusion, which is pretty cool. Runic Golden Droplet. Activate one of these effects, but skip your next battle phase. After activation, your opponent draws one card, then you banish the top 4 cards of their deck, or special summon one Runic monster from your extra deck to the extra monster zone. You can only activate one Runic Golden Droplet per turn. That's interesting. We've got Trap Trick, Book of Eclipse, Absolute King Blackjack, which is pretty neat, and Invader of Darkness, which is actually a pretty interesting old school card. Maybe we can see if we can work that into a deck or something, because quick play spells nowadays are pretty powerful, and to make it so that our opponent can't activate them is pretty insane. We've got Runic Dispelling, Pendulum Switch, Astrograph Sorcerer, that's neat. Fair Welcome Labyrinth. We've got Shinome, the Valance Priestess, another Lilith, Lady of Lament, and another Cosmic Cyclone. I guess not another Lilith, we had Malice, but another Lady of Lament card. And we've got another compulsory evacuation device, Scion, the Valance Archer, Moonin, the Runic Wings, that's neat. Anti-Spell Fragrance, which is really nice. We've got Valance, the Dominator Duke, Valence Voltage Viscount, and Imperial Iron Wall. We've got Mizuki, the Valence Ninja once again, Valence Mad Marquez, Labyrinth, which is pretty neat, Runic Slumber, Labyrinth Kuclaw, Runic Allure, and another Reckless Greed. Got Bear Blocker, followed by Scion, the Valence Archer, Labyrinth Barrage, which is pretty cool, Scapegoat, another anti-spell, Labyrinth Chandelure, and another Senate Switch. We've got Pendulum Fusion, which is really nice, Pendulum Switch, Labyrinth Setup, Fair Welcome Labyrinth, Malice Lady of Lament, Imperial Iron Wall, and Cosmic Cyclone. And we have Quick Booster, Bear Blocker, Runic Golden Droplet, Duelist Alliance, Valence, Dominator Duke, Senate Switch, and Labyrinth Chandelure. Again, pretty nice. Maybe we'll see if we can build Runics. I know that's going to be a decent deck, or maybe not decent, but a fan favorite deck going forward, I believe. Seems to be getting a lot of hype, we'll say. Valence, Mad Macros, or Macas. Droll and Mockbird, that's a neat reprint. Valence, Genesis, Grand Duke. Book of Eclipse, Astrograph Sorcerer, Valence, Voltage Viscount, and Runic Allure. Not bad. So it's looking like a lot of Valence and Runic mixed in with some Pendulum stuff, which is pretty neat. So maybe we'll do Runics and Valence decks. Runic Smithing Storm, Scion, the Valence Archer, we've got Labyrinth Kuclaw, Runic Slumber, and we've got Valence Wars, the Place of Beginning, which is actually really neat. Lilith, Lady of Lament, and Labyrinth Archfiend. We've got Compulsory Evacuation Device, Runic Smithing Storm, Valence World, Shinra Basho, Trap Trick, Labyrinth Stovey Trovey, Absolute King Blackjack, and Reckless Greed. Rounding off our first half, let's move on to our next half. Again, we're looking for the Collector's Rare more than anything. But we are pulling quite a few different Valence cards and quite a few different of the Runic cards, so that's always great as well. Valence Mad Marquise, Mizuki the Valence Ninja, Runic Flashing Fire, that's neat, Trap Trick, Runic Slumber, Runic Allure, and Valence Voltage Viscount. Looks like the Runics are pretty much based off a lot of quick play spells, so that's where at least Invader of Chaos comes in handy for your opponent, being able to basically shut down that entire deck with one card. Then we've got Pendulum Fusion, Runic Smithing Storm, Gary the Runic Fangs, Anti-Spell Fragrance, Fair Welcome Labyrinth, Imperial Iron Wall, and another Invader of Darkness. Again, like I said, that's one of my favorite old school cards. I love the artwork. The effect was okay, but you know, decent boss monster back then, and it did shut off your opponent's quick play spells, so they couldn't like MST you and stuff like that. So great card. Quick Booster, Pendulum Switch, Runic Destruction, Labyrinth Coup Clock, Book of Eclipse, Labyrinth Archfiend, and Lilith, Lady of Lament. So we're pulling, like I said, a lot of the different Runic cards, which is awesome, because that's, again, a deck we can build. That and the not the Lilith monsters or the Labyrinth, the other guys we have here, Valance. Those are the two decks I think I'll probably try and build. Got Runic Dispelling, Fiend Griefing, Valance, Genesis Grand Duke, Duelist Alliance, Astrograph Sorcerer, Valance, Voltage Viscount, and Reckless Greed. And again, these decks, if I do build them, will probably be pretty dang pure. Because I like to do the pure builds, even if they're not like super duper competitive. The pure builds are still fun to make. We've got Valance, Mad Marquise, Pendulum Fusion, Malice, Lady of Lament, Scapegoat, what is this? Arraign, the Labyrinth Servant, Signet Switch, and Labyrinth Chandragleer. We've got Compulsory Evacuation Device, Bear Blocker, Valance World, Koenig Wizen. So I guess that's the other field spell compared to the other one. Then we've got Labyrinth, Stroby Toby, and Torby, Valance, Dominator Duke, Absolute King Blackjack, and another Invader of Darkness to give us a playset of that. And we've got Runic Dispelling, Pendulum Switch, Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch, Trap Trick, Fair Welcome Labyrinth, Cosmic Cyclone, and Imperial Iron Wall, which is pretty neat as well. We've got Runic Smithing Storm, not Storm. That gives us, I believe, 4 copies. We do have our playset, at least. Fiend Griefing, Hojo, the Valance Warrior, Malice, Lady of Lament, Anti-Spell Fragrance, Labyrinth Archfiend, and Runic Allure, which is really neat, like I said. And I'm just glad that we're pulling a lot of the different Valance cards and a lot of the different Runic cards as well. Just because it gives us more of an opportunity to build the deck right away out of one box than anything else. Even though I know we're going to be missing some cards, because you're not going to get the whole deck right out of one box more often than not. But we've got Quick Booster, another Droll and Lockbird, Labyrinth Setup, which is pretty nice as well. Runic Slumber should give us a playset of that as well. Duelist Alliance, Labyrinth Chandragleer, and Lilith, Lady of Lament. So we've got 3 packs left. Still no collector's rare, but hopefully we can pull those. Because I think basically every set that has had a collector's rare so far, we've managed to pull it. Give or take maybe 2 in Chaos. But every other set, we have managed to pull the collector's rare. So let's see if we can do that here. We've got Scion, the Valance Archer, Nezuki, the Valance Ninja, Labyrinth Barrage, Astrograph Sorcerer, Book of Eclipse, Valence, Voltage Viscount, and Senate Switch. So not in that pack, let's go with this pack here, and then we'll open this last pack to see if we can pull a collector's rare and end this off on a really high note. We've got Pendulum Switch, Fiend Griefing, Valence, Genesis Grand Duke, so no collector's rare here. Duelist Alliance, Anti-Spell, Labyrinth Archfiend, and Runic Allure. Last and final pack of Tactical Masters. Let's see what we have in store here. Got Quick Booster, Bear Blocker, we've got Moonin, the Runic Wings, so no collector's rare, unfortunately, but another copy of Moonin Wings. Scapegoat, Labyrinth Cuckoo Clock, Cosmic Cyclone, and Imperial Iron Wall, which again, I think quite a few of these different cards will see play at some point. But yeah, that's it for our Tactical Masters. No collector's rare, which is kind of unfortunate.
Alright guys, that's it for this Tactical Masters booster box. Unfortunately, we didn't come away with a collector's rare, but again, that is okay. We did manage to pull quite a few different Runic cards, and we did manage to pull quite a lot of the Valence cards as well. So I will try to work on a deck for both of those decks, and if you guys do want to see that, let me know in the comments. And again, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel for more fun Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and I will catch you in the next one. That's game.